what kept coming back was, if you find someone really smart and if you find someone with a lot of humility, they're going to figure out and they're going to take you to great places. As our players who are here know, there's nothing better than getting a great win, and we feel like today's a great win for the Atlanta Dream. So without further ado, the next head coach of the Atlanta Dream, Karl Smesko.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. And thank everybody for coming here. I'd first like to thank FGCU and Southwest Florida, Coach Lyles, our players, all of our former players. A lot of people put in a lot of work to help me get an opportunity like this. I want to thank Larry and the ownership group for entrusting me with this opportunity. I want to thank Dan. We've had a lot of conversations, and we share a vision for Atlanta Dream basketball that we hope to put in place and make the city of Atlanta proud. I'd like to thank the players for showing up. I'm really excited to work with all of you. I'm excited about the team that we have and what we're going to be capable of building here, and I can't wait to get started.
Dan, this question is for you. When you decided to move on from Denisha and go to Karl, I'm curious how collaborative conversations were with the players of what might be best for this unit moving forward, or was that a decision by ownership and yourself?
Yeah, you know, we operate here with collective brain. Whether it's myself and our ownership group, our players, we're always communicating amongst one another, and we all felt great about moving forward this way.
Coach, this question is for you. What excited you the most about coming to the Atlanta Dream and taking on this new challenge?
Well, there's a lot of things. One, I'm a big WNBA fan, so I've been following for a long time, and I love the sport. I love the roster they have and the talent that's on the team. When I met ownership and Dan, everything just seemed to, what they said they were looking for is what I thought my strengths were and what I could provide. My partner was a big part of this, Elena. The city of Atlanta was huge. This is something that we're really excited about, moving to Atlanta and being part of the community. And it's just one of those things where everything just fell into place and aligned at the right time. And I'm just excited to get started and see what we can accomplish.
Coach, welcome to Atlanta. Good luck. Two-parter. What style of play do you expect to bring to Atlanta, or what styles of play do you expect to bring? And then the second part, being the son and the brother of a coach, the coaching family aspect that you have, what does that bring to a culture and bring to a WNBA arena?
Well, I'll start with the culture of a coach. You know, my dad was a basketball coach and a very successful one for a long time. And what that means is after every game, I get a lot of criticism. I know not to pick up the phone until the next day. That's what I've learned. But, you know, you grow up around a team and you grow up around sports and you know the value of a team and building a team the right way, and that's always stuck with me. And my passion was sports, and I wanted to make a career out of it, and fortunately I've been able to do that so far. As for style of play, I mean, I want this to be a fun, exciting style to watch, and I want it to be fun and enjoyable for our players. I believe in pushing the ball, getting up and down the court, obviously known for utilizing the three-point shot and creating a lot of space and attacking the rim and playing together and sharing the ball. And I think we have a roster makeup right now where this would really fit the skills of a lot of our players. So I think they're really going to enjoy it. I look forward to working with them. And really, I wish we could get started right now.
Hi, Coach. Welcome to Atlanta. I'm Maria Martin, 11 Alive, the NBC in town. When you think about the city of Atlanta, I'm going to start with this. What excites you about being a head coach here?
Well, I haven't got to spend any extended time in Atlanta yet. Obviously, a lot of recruiting events up here, so I've been in and out a lot. But my partner and I wanted to move to a city, and like everybody we know who's lived in Atlanta has loved it. So we're excited about learning more about it and be involved in the community. And it's just been a wonderful place and with wonderful people. And we're looking forward to being a part of that community.
And second, if I could, when it comes to building your staff, what are you looking for and what's important to you?
Well, we want obviously good coaches, but good people that care about players, who can develop players. We will be looking for some WNBA experience because obviously I've been in the college game for the last close to 30 years. So that'll be a priority, but we're making a lot of calls right now, progressing. There's a lot of interest in the position, and we understand how important those roles are to fill with the right people. So we'll be making a good decision, and I think it'll be something that'll be really positive for the organization and for our players.
Congratulations, Coach. Welcome to Atlanta. Like everyone said, this is a city that you're absolutely going to love. I can say that as a transplant.
Thank
I
you.
know that you've spoken a lot about the innovations on the offensive side of the ball, but I just wanted to know a little bit more about your defensive philosophy. How do you approach the two-way play, and specifically, what's your approach and your philosophy on defense?
Yeah, well, we've always been known for our offense because it's been innovative and kind of ahead of the times, but we've always been one of the better defensive teams in the nation and led our conference in defense every year. I mean, basically you got to guard the ball, you got to destroy space, and you got to take away options. And then you figure out the best ways to do that with the personnel you have. I think our team has a lot of athleticism, has good length, and when they want to get down and guard, they can. So I'm excited about all the opportunities we can create by impacting the ball, making plays, and getting out and running.
Welcome, Coach. Bailey Burmaster, Atlanta News First. You're joining the W at a very unique time. There have never been more eyeballs than there are now. This league is looking for advocates. Have you given much thought about how you can be an advocate not only to your team, but pushing this league to even further and further as far as getting fans involved and supporting this team?
Well, you're right. There's no better time to join the W than right now. This is the most exciting time for the league, and I think I want to be an advocate for women's sports and for the city of Atlanta. And, one of the simple ways to do that is to develop a team that everybody is proud of, a championship level team. That's the ultimate goal. I think that will go a long way to building interest for the future women's basketball players in the Atlanta area.
Coach, this question's for you. My name is Milton Kerb with the Truth Seekers Journal. It's a two-part question. How would you assess the caliber of the teams that you played when you're at Florida Gulf Coast University? That's one part. And the second part, in terms of coachability, the young ladies at the college level, 19 to 25, they were all interested in making sure that they kept their scholarships and had an opportunity to go to the pros. How do you assess or characterize the coachability of the superstars that you're working with here at the Atlanta Dream?
Well, let me break that down into parts. One, at FGCU, we always try to schedule as tough as we could. So we would play as many Power 4 now programs, and we're the mid-major that had the most success against those schools, and won games in the NCAA tournament against Power 4 schools repeatedly. So that's always, we never shy away from any challenge or any competition. For us, it was a hard time getting any of those universities to play us. We would play just about anybody, anytime. As for how does that competition compare to this, it doesn't. These are the greatest women's basketball players in the world, and that's what drew me to this opportunity. One thing that I can say with the conversations that I've had with the players already is they're very mature, they want to win, they want to be coached. All of the conversations have been really positive, and it has just made me excited to get started.
Hello.
Oh, look at this.
Ryan Howard, you're a new player.
Yes.
I know we've talked, but, from a player's perspective, I think I can speak for us. We've been building something. We've been establishing something. How do you intend on bringing your style of play and like incorporating it into what we have going on?
Yeah, well, one, I want to make sure that you guys are involved in the process. I want to have more conversations. I want to make sure that we build a relationship. I want you to understand why we're doing the things that we're doing and how it ultimately impacts winning, which we're all going to be about. It's all going to be about putting people in the best positions to be successful and helping the Atlanta Dream win basketball games. And I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are as well.
I got one for Dan and one for Coach.
Okay.
Dan, as right now you don't have a first-round pick. Right now you don't have a first-round pick. I'm curious about the players you picked last year who stayed Australia and over in Europe. What's the status with those players?
Yeah, so there are draft rights players. We're really looking forward to, bringing them in this upcoming spring and seeing them in camp, and are staying connected with them right now and making sure they're doing the things they need to be in the WNBL, and really looking forward to see what they have.
Did they have a good season?
Yeah, so they're playing right now.
Okay.
Their season just started about a week ago, but we've been following them closely and really looking forward to doing that over the next few months.
Coach, the coach speak is adjustments.
Yep.
And especially at halftime, coaches and players have to make adjustments. What do you think is the number one adjustment you have to make because you're making this jump to this league?
Well, right now I think it's the speed of the game. Like I go to WNBA games regularly, and just to see the speed of it, now that means as a coach you got to be able to make decisions quicker, you got to be assertive. So I'm trying to prepare myself for the different speed of the game so that they're not having to wait on me for things, that I'm decisive, and that I can get them the information they need when they need it.
Well, hey, Karl. My name is Megan Hall. I'm with USA Today's For the Win. Wanted to ask you, what's important to you as a person? Like, if you had to boil down, your values to 3 to 5 things, what's important to you?
Whew, that's deep, right? Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably like most people, like you want to be dealt with honestly. So I value honesty. I value people that work hard and give an honest effort for something. And I value people that like working with other people and then enjoy that process.
Coach Brandon Leak, Sports Radio 680 The Fan. What do you think about the talent you have coming to the WNBA for the first time? You have a Rookie of the Year, a couple of time All-Star. Alicia was an All-Star. Nia's a veteran player. What do you think about the talent you have to get started in your coaching career?
I'm impressed with what we have. We've got some really talented players, and the exciting thing is I think they can be even more productive in a style of play that I envision. So what we're capable of, no one really knows for sure till we all get together and we all work together and see how it shakes out. But we're just going to try to make good decisions every day, have a process of progress. And if we continue to improve throughout the year, I think, we have enough quality, talented players to be really good really soon.
We're going to jump to Zoom. Go ahead, Emmanuel Glaze.
Hey, Coach, as everybody has said, welcome to the team. This team has been in the playoffs the last 2 years. What do you feel like you can bring to take them to maybe that next step in the playoffs going forward?
Well, it's not so much what I can bring individually, it's what we could do together. Like, we're going to all have to find a path and work on it and get better. But I think what we can really try to do is be in a situation where we value the improvement and the progress of our players and our teams. We can develop the relationships so that we can have a level of trust that will improve any team. So this is a day-by-day thing. I'm not someone that the players are going to take to immediately. I'm more of a person that over time they see that they're treated fairly, honestly, with respect. And once you do that over a period of time, then you start to build something special within a team. And that's, that's the way I do things, and I think it'll be successful at this level.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll go to Jackie Powell from the Knicks. Go ahead, Jackie.
Hi, all. Hi, Dan and Karl. Congratulations. Nice to meet you on Zoom. This is a question for Dan. I'm just curious, with the expansion draft coming up, how collaborative some of the decision making is going to be between the two of you, where Dan, you've overseen the roster, the draft picks, and the development of all of these players, and Karl is sort of coming in where the players haven't worked with him before, but he knows the types of players that are going to fit into the system he wants. So I'm just curious, what does that balance look like as you're approaching something that's very soon?
Yeah, it's absolutely a collaborative effort. Just like Karl would say, you want to get the best out of your players and put them in the best possible position. I always felt like in my role, my job is to put the players and coaches in the best possible position. So Karl and I will work very closely amongst other members of our staff and our ownership group and make sure that we're positioned the best for our team to move forward. And we're really excited to do that. It's fun to work together. It's always better when we have more than one mind.
Thanks so much.
We'll go to Marlon Hyde. Marlon, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm with WABE. Can y'all hear me well?
We've got you.
All right. So this one is for Dan. With ATL being so diverse, were there any considerations for possibly a woman or a person of color becoming the next head coach?
As you mentioned, within the search process, we took a look at a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And one of the things we're most excited about Karl is how much of a diverse staff he's had over the years, promoting former players, having them go see further success, and really excited to bring that energy into this organization.
Go ahead, Ben Pickman from The Athletic.
Hey, thanks, Liam. Just for Karl, a quick one. Just, in the week since this news has been announced, since you've been the head coach, just what are the things you've focused on and immediately thrown yourself into trying to learn about?
Well, I focused on having some initial phone calls and conversations with our players, kind of get a sense for where they're at and what they were hoping for in this transition. Then I've been watching a lot of game film and of the players and full games of the team playing last year, so that I have a good sense to know what I'm talking about when I talk to them. And there needs to be actually a lot more film work and discussions with Dan as we go forward here, and we'll be doing that literally daily.
Is there any other questions in the room?
Allow me to introduce myself, Tanitra Batiste, Tegna.
Hi.
So it's a question for Dan. So I was thinking, as we were talking about coaches' experience at the collegiate level for 3 decades, and we do have one of the youngest teams in the W, was that something that you considered as maybe an advantage in what he could bring to the table?
I think overall, Karl's track record of development is an advantage. I think we have a lot of players on our team who have potential to take even more steps, and I think what Karl's shown over the course of his career is he gets the most out of his players and out of his teams. So bringing that type of experience to our group was definitely a positive.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you. That's what she always tells me to breathe. She always tells me that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Please, everyone, hang around. There's food and a little mingle. Thank you. Yeah. Additionally, parking validation, please come CCO and up this end of the room.